Hi, welcome to my channel, The Divine Storm 369. Thank you for being here with me. And I'm going to do a reading for you. So in this reading, I am going to look and see how the masculine energy feels and thinks and his true intentions towards the feminine energy. Okay, so, seasons have changed. It is really cold outside now. And sometimes that can kind of come with an energy shift or have a kind of effect like on your emotions, on your heart, and even a physical effect, right? Like me, like I always get sore throats when the weather changes to cold. So, sorry about the wobble. So, yeah, that's what I'm going to do tonight. I'm just looking into the masculine energy tonight. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started here. All right, let's go ahead and pull. Let's take a look at the masculine energy. Who is this masculine? How do they feel about themselves and their life right now? Let's take a look at that. Okay. And then we're going to pull a card for how they see their feminine. So this is like, how do they see their feminine in their eyes? Show me the feminine through their eyes. That's what I want to see. Wow, okay. So, first of all, we have wishing. I'm feeling very, very Pisces energy from this card, I have to say. All right. But it says here, replaying events, suffering in silence. So I do feel like this is a masculine who, and it doesn't have to be a Pisces. There is no particular sign for this card, but I do feel it is a very like Piscean card. What do you guys think? Do you guys think this card is Piscean? Let me know down in the comments. Let me show you. Okay, so with this card here, I feel this masculine is they're kind of quiet. They are like a man of few words. They don't say much, right? But when they do say something, you have a tendency to listen, right? The type of people who are usually very, very quiet. They usually don't open up about much. When they do talk, you want to hear what they have to say. Like the room gets quiet. So this is a masculine who doesn't talk much. They're a man of few words, but when they do talk, it kind of means something, right? We have suffering and silence and replaying events. So this masculine is in a situation in their life where they are suffering. They are suffering in their heart and their mind and their soul. And they have been suffering in this situation for quite some time now. This is a masculine who has replayed this event over and over again, obviously, by what the card says. But I'm getting the sense that it is a karmic relationship that they are suffering in. Okay. And I am getting the sense that it is on and off again. And every time it's off, it's a thing like, oh, let's try again. It's going to be better this time. We're going to work on things. We're going to talk about it. But they end up replaying the same relationship, the same suffering over and over and over, the same events. So this masculine is almost in this constant state of wishing for something else, wishing for something more, wishing for a different life, wishing to be someone else, wishing that they could speak up, wishing that they would say more, wishing. Could have, would have, should have, in a constant state of that. Okay, how do they see the feminine? We have the Ace of Wands. Okay. We got passion, spark, beginnings, potential. All right, so for the feminine in this reading, the feminine is a fire sign. So this would be Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. All right, specifically, very strong Aries energy, but it could be any fire sign. So this is a feminine who's passionate. Okay, you're passionate. You are fiery. You have so many ideas, so much potential. You are creative. You are spiritual. I also feel like you are fierce. So this is a feminine who feels very fierce, their energy, but not fierce in like a bad way. You know what I mean? Like a dark way or like a mean or bullyish way. I mean fierce in like just your passion, your spark, your intensity. I feel like this feminine and what spirit is telling me and what this masculine is telling me is this feminine has very intense eyes. So I feel like feminine, your eyes are very intense. They really draw people in. You could have like piercing eyes. There's something about your eyes that are very different, very beautiful, and just really draws people in. Okay, and are very intense. So you might have been told at times that your eyes are very intense. Okay. So yeah, there's definitely a very intense passion here. And I think this feminine does want a new beginning. This masculine knows that they want a new beginning with them. And there is so much potential here in the relationship. There is a spark and there's a fire and there's a passion. And I feel like this masculine has very sweaty hands. Like, I don't know. I feel like their hands sweat when they're nervous or like when they're around this feminine, their hands are very warm to the touch or they're like sweaty. That's like a reoccurring trait that they have. And yeah, they don't have a tendency to really talk about what they've been through, the way that they've been suffering. So this feminine, I feel they don't really bring it up. But this feminine is extremely spiritual, extremely intuitive, and they do feel it. They sense it. This feminine is very empathetic. They really can pick up energy around them. Okay, so I do feel this feminine picks it up. So they don't have to say much. This feminine knows that they are suffering. Oh, sorry. Okay. Yeah, this feminine knows they are suffering. They can sense it, they can feel it. Just feel it in their energy, feel it in their soul. Okay, so let's get another card here. All right, so let's take a look further. Spirit, please clarify wishing, how this masculine, who they are, how they feel about themselves. Okay, they're wishing for their feminine. Look at that. And look at the hands, and then we have the third eye lit up, the very intense eyes. Look at that, the gaze, the stare. They feel like this feminine can see right through them. And with this energy here as well, The third eye is lit up, so there's definitely a psychic connection. There could be very heavy telepathy going on between the feminine and the masculine. Okay, so feminine, they don't have to tell you how much they're suffering. They don't have to tell you what they've been through. You know, it's almost like you hear their thoughts or they speak to you. Or for some of you, they're sending you like visions of what they've been through. But there's something here to where you know you've heard it from them or you've seen it, okay, projected to you. For some of you, you could even see it in a dream because this feminine is extremely psychic, whoever this is. All right, so your third eye is extremely active. I'm also seeing the hands. I feel that you both are spiritual healers, both of you. I think that both of you work with your hands, or there's a lot of energy around the hands, feminine. Your hands might like tingle or get hot a lot of times. And I think that you get energy trapped there. Like you're meant to use them. You're meant to heal someone with your hands. This masculine has the same thing, but I feel that they don't understand that. Okay. So they don't understand that fully. But I think that when you touch each other, there's something here to where, I don't know, it's like your body heat when you're around each other, the chemistry is so intense, the passion is so intense that your body heat just rises. And I feel like your hands like are just hot, touching each other, like the body heat is hot. Everything is hot here, okay? So they're wishing for their feminine. They're wishing also that they could tell their feminine exactly what they've been through. Okay. They also wish that, you know, I feel that this person, this masculine has specifically suffered a lot with feminines in their life. So this could be, you know, their mother. This could be their sister. This could be like their grandmother. I feel like it's not just one. I feel like this has been a reoccurring issue in their life, different feminines in their families since they were young, and also past relationships. This is a masculine who has suffered a lot in regards to their feminine connections and relationships. They have suffered a lot. Okay, so the feminine in their eyes. Let's take a look at the Ace of Wands. Confusion, Neptune, illusion. Okay, so now we have the Ace of Wands with Neptune. Which is a very strange energy to me. So this masculine tells himself, because he suffered so much at the hands of feminine energy in his past, toxic feminine energies. Masculines are not the only energies that can be toxic. Believe me, on this channel, we do know that. Actually, probably a good chunk, at least maybe half or more of the readings are due to toxic feminine energies, you know? So I think that's what this masculine has experienced most of their life. They have experienced like that toxic femininity energy, okay? And they have convinced themselves this passion, this chemistry that's intense, that's overwhelming, that's overcoming, like it overcomes them, it overwhelms them. They feel that they are at the mercy of this fire between you, and they feel it must be an illusion, that it has to be an illusion. They tell themselves that they're confused, or maybe perhaps you are. Maybe perhaps their feminine is confused, right? Because they've never experienced this before. Actually, they've never experienced a loving, meaningful, loyal relationship with any feminines in their life. I really feel like the feminines in their life have been particularly like cruel, mean to them. We'll get further into that. I also feel this person was lied to a lot in their life, to, by their mother, by feminine energies in their life. They've been lied to a lot, okay? So when you've been lied to for a very good amount of your life, you might feel like you don't know who you are. You might feel like you don't, know what's real. And I feel like this masculine really struggles with that. Okay. But I think we all go through that to a certain extent. And it may not be that our own family, our mother even has lied to us, but we do find out that the world has lied to us or to a certain extent, and I feel that it's part of really growing up. So it's something that we can kind of all relate to, even if it isn't, you know what I mean? Like personalized on a family level, right? So, yeah, that's something the entire world is really just trying to break free of right now. And the only way to combat illusions and confusion and lies is the truth. That's the only way. There is no getting around it. There is no getting around it. So that's what this masculine is finding out. And let's go ahead and take a look at their thoughts towards the feminine. Forbidden. Okay, feminine. So we have forbidden here. You are the forbidden fruit. Okay. And I'm seeing the blood. Like it looks like blood on the eyes, right? So, and from the very beginning of this reading, like this is a masculine who finds you so intense. Like they feel like you just look through them. Like your eyes just pierce through them like a sword through their eyes. Like you just see straight through their eyes into their soul. And every single time you look into their soul, you pull something out of them, something that they can't describe. It's a feeling, it's an energy, it's a fire that gets returned back to them with a kiss, with a phrase, with a touch. And for that reason, it feels forbidden, like the forbidden fruit, like something they told themselves they were never meant to have, something they never seen before. And now that they've seen it, it hurts. It hurts a little bit deeper. It hurts a little bit more. They try to convince themselves that it's been an illusion. Why does it hurt? Why does it hurt for someone to love them? Why does it hurt to feel this passion, this fire? Why? Because if this is real, if this is true, if this is the way that connection is supposed to feel like, soulmates, if this is what it's like to be around someone who treats you like a fellow soul, right? A kindred spirit, then what does it mean? It means that every other feminine, everything else in their life was the illusion. And so this masculine protects that illusion. And this feminine wonders why they protect it. They can tell they're suffering. They can feel it. They could see it in their eyes. This feminine has a very piercing gaze because their third eye is open and they do see into this masculine soul. Not just see into it, but they feel it. Feel it as if it's a part of their own soul. A part of their own soul that feels undiscovered and untouched, but at the same time, so familiar. And so they don't have to say it. No? Okay. But they have convinced themselves that they can't go forward. And you know what? This masculine has a choice to make. Embrace the truth. Embrace this connection, love, their own soul, what's happened to them, who they are, who they really are. Or continue living in illusion, continue living in a lie, right? The way that they have been. And so there is wishing that this was real. There is wishing that it wasn't forbidden. There is wishing that they could be with you. Maybe there is wishing that you had been with them or they had known you their whole life. But what they don't understand is that they have spiritually. They spiritually have known you their whole life. Because you're soulmates, you're twin flames. So let's go ahead and get into this reading. Let's go ahead and see what is this masculine thinking about his feminine. Four of Swords. Healing, alone time, withdrawing from love. Okay, look at that. The Lovers, twin flame connection at the bottom of the deck. So yeah, like I said, you are soulmates. You are twin flames in this connection. But this masculine really pulls back, right? They really pull back. They don't want to tell you what they're going through. I really feel it's like, feminine, you're the one who's confused sometimes. You're like, this doesn't make sense. It's not, 2 and 2 isn't adding together. Like, also I have Gemini energy here, by the way. But yeah, they've withdrawn. They really have. Why? Because I told you they've forbidden themselves from you. Okay? They have. Because they're confused. Because if they accept this, then they might have to come to terms with the fact that other things in their life has been an illusion, hasn't been true, hasn't been real, hasn't been good for them. And this is a person who has been lied to. I also feel like this is a person who may have been maybe very sick when they were a child. Okay. Let's get another card here for the thoughts. So they've withdrawn, they've pulled back. They're not talking. They never talk about what they've been through. They never talk about their relationship, the karmic, but you can sense the pain. All right. We have shattered. I'm feeling broken and I can't stop these racing thoughts that I have. I just want to be alone. I just want to withdraw. I just want to isolate from everyone. Okay. This is someone who does feel very, very broken, very injured from their past. And I have to say, feminine, sometimes you feel they're taking it out on you. And absolutely, maybe they are. But you're the one who is showing them. Sometimes when you show someone the truth about something, you hold up a mirror. Because when you see the truth, you can't see that without seeing the lies, without seeing the actual lies. And sometimes lies hurt. It hurts when someone lies to you. And so this masculine is seeing the truth and the lies, and they're feeling shattered. They're having racing thoughts. Okay, they're feeling broken, thinking about their past, thinking about what they've been through. Okay, and you know, they're not feeling well. We have to see what they've been lied to about in order to go forward. So what is this with their past? What have they been lied to about growing up? I just keep hearing they were lied to by since they were 4 or 5. They were lied to. Okay, about what? Nurture, compassion. So this is someone who wasn't shown nurturing. They weren't shown a lot of compassion. Okay, and I think that they believe this is what the world was like. They believe this was okay. We also have repressed energy memories. All right, so they have repressed a lot of memories from their childhood. This is someone who did not get a lot of compassion. Actually, I'm feeling they were treated very cruelly. And I feel they were treated cruelly. And because I'm just going to say, you know, there's a mother here, feminine energies in their life, who honestly had a lot of trauma and issues in regards to masculine energies. And I do feel like they took it out on their own son. I do feel like they did not show them compassion, empathy. They did not nurture them. They were mean to them. They actually kind of like emotionally tortured them in a way. They neglected them. They were cruel to them. They lied to them. They confused them. I also feel they wanted them to believe that they were sick, that there was something wrong with them. That, yeah. And so for the longest time, I think they believed that. I honestly think they believed that. And that's why they kept accepting this karmic back. They believed they didn't deserve anything better until they met you, until they met this feminine. So they are kind of freaked out. Okay, they're withdrawn right now. They just want to be alone, is what I'm seeing here. Okay, because they're thinking about everything. They're thinking about what they know, what they don't know, what they've experienced, how they feel. And they're feeling shattered. Let's get a card for I can't stop these racing thoughts. So they're trying to kind of isolate themselves. They're in bed. They're alone. They're trying to kind of come to grips with what's going on in their mind. And let's get a message here. A message here to see what's going on in their mind. Trying to convince themselves that you are just too different for them. That, yeah, different. That you're just too different from what they're used to. That you're just too different. That they don't deserve you. That it's got to be a lie. It's got to be not true. Right? It has to be an act or something. And you know, there is actually feminines out there, and I've seen them personally who do things like this, who do like take out their traumas and experiences that they've had with masculines like karmics or whatever, and like take it out on their own son or whatever it is. And it's horrible. It's absolutely heartbreaking. And that's what this masculine is going through. And I find that like a lot of times the masculines in the situations will kind of want to blame themselves, right? Or make excuses. And just like this masculine is doing, well, I'm just too different from this feminine. You know, if this feminine really knew my life, my family, what I've been through, what I really feel, what I'm thinking, they would not want me, right? They would regret even talking to me. That's how they feel. They would regret even knowing me if they even knew. Okay. I also feel like, I don't know, there's something about like the mother energy for them that they were just so mean to them. I feel they've told them like they've regretted like having children, things like that. Okay. So sorry about that. Let's go ahead and get the emotions. How do they feel towards their feminine? Two of Swords, feminine, they're not talking to you. Stalemate, indecision, choice between the two. So now you've showed them the truth. Okay, again, now they have a choice here. They can keep living in this illusion and pain, suffering and silence, okay, because they're afraid. And you know what I feel about their family? I feel like they have a sister and a mother. You know what I feel about them? That they actually like seeing this masculine in pain, suffering in their relationship. Like, I really feel that they want them to suffer. Like, I'm sorry. I know that sounds horrible, but they do. I feel that. It's weird. It is so toxic. It is totally karmic. There is definitely some past life energy here that is not good at all. Okay. But now this masculine has to choose. And he feels like he has to choose between like his mom, his family, or whatever, and his feminine. And he feels like this is all he's known, right? So right now, his world is crashing down around him. You know, the rose-colored glasses here are breaking and shattering right in front of his eyes. Okay, and it's all come down in front of him. And the truth is right there in front of his eyes. Okay, and it hurts. We can see the truth really hurts. All right, so what do? They blindfold themselves. They blindfold themselves. And they're not talking to you, feminine, because right now it hurts to talk to you because this truth hurts. And you bring that out. You bring out the truth in the situation, even when you don't want to, even when you're not trying, because you're a divine feminine. That's what you do. You're a light worker. That's what light workers do. We bring out the truth. So even if that's hard and even if you don't want to, right, you have to do it in your own way. And let's get another card here for the emotions that they feel towards you. So they're trying to block out their emotions, feminine, but between the 4 and the 2, that's the 6 of Swords, by the way, more Gemini. This masculine could very well be a Gemini. It could be just a twin flame energy, but, you know, leaving the drama behind. That's really what they have the choice between. Leaving it behind. Now, what they don't know, this flipped out in my hand, lust. If you only knew how much I crave you, how much I want you, how much I need you. If you only knew. But I can't talk to you right now. That's what they're saying. I'm broken right now. I'm shattered. I can't get my mind straight, right? Like, that's how they're feeling. Let's take a look at the emotions more. Regrets. I regret the things I should have done and I never did. So they should have and they could have done a lot of things in this relationship, but they didn't. Okay. Let's take a look at what all. Let's get specific here. What all do they regret? Whoa. Did you guys see that? That was crazy. It fell on the floor. Okay. Let's do that again. What do they regret? Change and courage. So I think that this masculine also, when they were a child, okay, and growing up and during their life, so not just child energy, but during their life, it's like every time they've stood up for themselves, had the courage to change something, they were kind of knocked down and knocked down cruelly by people who supposedly love them. Okay. And, you know, it was very shattering. And I think that they dealt with this by internalizing it and blaming themselves. Okay. And just telling themselves that that's normal. And it's really not. So right now, faced with this truth from their divine feminine, they are regretting that they never really had the courage to really change anything. And even just that thought right there is really shattering them. It's hurting them. It is, their heart is breaking from it. Just like, okay, so I'm sorry, I keep like hearing, I don't know, energies around me. So being faced with this truth, it's like they're being faced with the fact that it's like knowing that this is the truth and that they've been in this very extremely toxic situation with toxic people. And then also knowing that, sorry about that, they never really had the real courage to change anything. And I think that they are struggling with that. They are really struggling with that. And, having a lot of regret and remorse of what they should have done. So right now they're thinking, they're alone and they're thinking and they're heartbroken and they feel shattered. So what is their true intentions towards their feminine right now? Knight of Swords. Okay, we got communication coming out here. Very blunt, open communication, being very open. Now, let me tell you something about this masculine. They're an air sign for sure. But anyways, sun, moon, or rising. Excuse me. But let me tell you something about them. When they do make up their mind, they do have a tendency to, when they make a decision, act pretty quickly. And another thing about them, they're not used to expressing themselves. They're not used to talking about anything that they've been through in their life because they've already convinced themselves it's normal and they don't talk about it. So when they do come to talk about it with you, it's just gonna all like spill out. Like it's just gonna come out like word vomit and it's just gonna be like, wait, what? Like, hold on. You know, so this is them just kind of trying to work through, and honestly, like asking for your support in that way by just trying to get those words out there and work through this in their own way. But I think coming to you and opening up is really spiritually them asking you for your support to listen and to just kind of be there for them. Okay. All right, so let's take a look at further at the intentions. So they do want to talk feminine. They just feel like they can't right now. Okay, their mind and their heart is not in the right place. They're really not feeling well. And we got rushing in. I can't wait any longer. I'm making a move. So with this card and with the intentions, it's not going to be long now before you do hear from them. And again, I feel a sudden shift, sudden change, rushing in, blurting out all this energy, like, and all these words, like, Divine Feminine, please, this is what is going on. This is what I've learned from you. I'm having trouble here. Please help me. Like, I can't stay in this stalemate any longer. I need a change in my life, and I need you to listen. I've never talked about this before. I've never told anyone how I feel, but I want to tell you. I want to tell you what I've been going through. And I'm seeing this conversation come through. I'm seeing it really like them really open up to you. And remember, this is like really, they've never really opened up in this way and been shown compassion like that, the way they do from you. So this is actually going to be a beautiful and healing experience from them, emotionally healing, spiritually healing. Okay. Let's go ahead and take a look at the actions they're going to take, because the Knight of Swords is all about actions. Oh, don't think they're going to fade into the background and disappear. That's not going to happen. Not with the Knight of Swords coming out. So let's take a look at the action. So they're conflicted. Again, we have this choice: remain in the dark or embrace the light. That's the choice here. It's really as simple as that when it comes down to it. Okay, just like I said, the light is the truth. The darkness is confusion and it's illusion. Okay, because illusions live in the dark, right? Like the term smoke and mirrors, right? It's illusions. And the light is truth. So embracing the truth or remaining in the dark. And the truth is love. The truth is their divine feminine. The Empress. So that's what we have here. So what choice are they going to make? We can already see they're going to choose their feminine. They're going to choose the light. They're going to choose the truth. They're going to choose spiritual healing. They are going to choose change, true courage as well. And I just heard, you are my courage, you are my strength, to their feminine. Like they want to tell you, you are my courage. You. I never found it till I met you. You are my strength. That was forbidden to me. That was taken from me, but you brought it back to me. That's how they feel towards you. And they feel like it's magic between you, divine masculine energy. And the hands, notice the hands. This is definitely an energy healer, okay? So they're like, I lost my courage, my confidence, I lost my heart, and, you know, my will, and you brought it back to me. Okay? So this is gaining their power back. This is stepping into their power. This is remembering who they are, not by what they've been told, not by who or where they were born into in this life or two, but who their soul is, who they were in a past life, the power that they have inside of them, the magic, the healing, their own spiritual gifts. And this feminine has been awakening that in them. And so by the end of this, they'll be ready to embrace that. They're ready for true courage and true change. They are the magician. So they've lived their whole life up to this point. Think about this. Never even being themselves, living as someone else. And now it's time for them to wake up, to become who they are, who they truly are. because that is power. That is truth. Okay. So we will do a karmic reading tomorrow to look in more to the karmic energy here. Okay. But first, let's see what the angels want to say to or about this masculine. And how can you help them, right? Like, how can you help them when they're going through this? We have the spiritual law of attraction. So we definitely have manifesting and manifesting with these two cards both. This masculine is going to be, I feel, manifesting things very, very quickly after this transformation, but also feminine, what you can do because you are so gifted and you are psychic and you are powerful is just to envision success, envision your masculine being whole and powerful and in their power and knowing who they are and taking back their energy, taking back their power, just envisioning it. Okay. Let's get one more. Yeah, clairvoyance, again, envisioning that. And it says, I'm helping your spiritual sight to awaken fully so you can clearly see heavenly love. So another thing you can do is, sorry, my cat, is, you know, also visualizing your masculine, that blindfold coming off of them, envisioning a blindfold falling off their eyes, envisioning their eyes opening spiritually, envisioning their third eye opening spiritually. Okay, so feminine, your psychic powers, your spiritual gifts, your clairvoyance, because you're very highly clairvoyant. We talked about that. You can actually help your masculine through this to see the truth, okay? With your visualization. All right, so let's close up the reading with getting this feminine some messages from their masculine to them. What do they want to say to them heart to heart? Okay. So they're like, I know I've pulled back. I know I'm not talking to you right now, but please know that I still love you. Doesn't mean I don't love you. It just means I'm recovering from something. I'm feeling broken. I'm feeling shattered, but I still love you. It's just something is still missing for me. And I've been trying to figure out what that is. And I've always felt like something is missing in my life, but it wasn't until I met you that you really brought this out in me. And now I need to go through some things in my mind and my heart and my spirit. Okay. But I'm finally feeling the consequences of my actions. I'm feeling the consequences of others' actions on my life. And I feel conflicted. But at the end, I'm going to choose love. I'm going to choose light. I'm going to choose truth. And please know that I still love you. Okay. And they'll be ready for that communication very, very soon. I would say within a week. Okay. So that's a reading that I have for you tonight. Thank you so much for being here. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed the reading, or if it resonated with you. Leave me a comment down below as well. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.